Okay. I was like, how did they make that mistake? But they are human. So, okay, so that was one of the mistakes. The second mistake was the time. It would say it's 6:09. They put it in military time, which would be 18:09. So she was like, well, do you think they want it in regular civilian time, I guess you'll call it. And anyway, I was like, I'm thinking, yeah, because you want it translated. That's what she wanted from whatever way it was to the English language for immigration. So immigration may or may not read, military time. I don't know. And my client didn't want it on her document. So Jeffrey and I are running around trying to figure out, how to get this corrected. So I reached back out to the translation company. Translation company tells me, well, you didn't check it. You signed off on it, basically. I'm like, that's not the point. I was like, can you give me some money back? Because now I got to get this fixed for my client. I said, she needs this document ASAP. Fortunately, this company I was working with was moving really fast anyway. That's why I like them. But even with that mistake, they fixed it very quickly. And then they still sent it back incorrectly. So the second time, I didn't let the client see it because I knew what the two mistakes was. I said, she needs this done ASAP. So now there's two different mistakes that you made. So I asked the translation company, can you give me some money back? Because I wanted to compensate my client at this point. So this is the question I have for you. Then I'm going to finish the story. Do you think I should have given the client back any money because it wasn't my mistake? Or should I have given the client back some money because I facilitated it? Or one or two? Give them back something or zero for nothing? One for something, zero for nothing. Should I have compensated the client at all? Now they're delayed on what they need to get done. Fortunately, she had 2 extra business days in there. That's why that's one of the questions you ask when you're doing translation services. Mm-hmm. How quick do you need it back? So Majesty says, everybody's saying I should have compensated her some kind of way.
Well, I got a question about that.
John says no. Yes, Angela.
So,
hey, Notary fam, it's Kimmi. I am here to let you know, just in case you have not heard about the Notary Business Coaching Success Program. We meet weekly. We talk about your notarial duties, how to do an acknowledgement, how to do a jurat, how to administer an oath, everything you've been asking for. And guess what else is included? Unlimited access to all of my trainings that will also include ink fingerprinting, trust/estate documents, learn how to properly execute a trust. Don't forget, we also have the private community, like-minded notaries who have been trained by me. Check out my book that I've written for each state, How to Start Your Notary Business in Alabama, California. You get the point. Wherever you're located, there's a book for your state. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon over in training. Notary Educators, LLC. We got you covered. Bye.
It never got sent off, correct?
Not incorrectly. No.
Right.
Because it was going to immigration.
Right. So did she get the document back on time in order to do what she needed to do?
She did.
So a nice apology. I would have gave them a nice apology. Very, deeply sorry, but I would not have given them any money back.
And I didn't even make a lot on the transaction because she was repeat and I just didn't charge her that much more, right? Because I figured, easy peasy, one dot. If I just make a couple dollars, cool. Little did I know it was going to turn into a whole fiasco. So what did we end up doing, Jeffrey?
You muted, Jeff.
Oh, you still muted. Oh, you had a phone? Oh, you might be on another call.
Oh. No. I'm trying to see how to mute myself. I think, did we give her a gift card or something?
So I was not gonna not do anything.
Okay.
Oh, see, Lorena Alonso says immigration is very strict on its details.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that, Lorena. Thank you. And that's why my client was like, hey, I got to get this fixed. She wasn't bugging or mean or mad or anything, but it was just like, we got to handle it. So we got it handled. And we gave her a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Because again, just from a customer service standpoint, I could not just do nothing. Okay. Mm-hmm. I could have, But that's just not how I roll. I was going to even have to take a loss. I was trying my best because I kept telling Jeff and asking him, I said, should we give her all the money back? Should we give her part of the money back? What should we do? And we ended up giving her a $10 Starbucks gift card. That was the easiest thing. And when I say easy, that wasn't even that easy. I had to go to Starbucks. I had to get the gift card. They gave me an envelope. I put everything together and I put it in her package. I also had to deliver it to her because all this time now she's been picking the document up from me, dropping it off to me. So now I'm inconvenienced because I had to buy her the gift card and I had to take it to her, the completed documents and everything. More time and expenses and resources out of my business. So they really cost me money. So needless to say, I'm not using them anymore right now. Kind of upset with them. They wouldn't even compensate me any kind of way. And I'm just done with them. So, you know, customer service is important. We got a comment here from Relatable TV with D. She says customer service is very important and looking out for her was definitely the right thing. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. So did you, Angela or Jeffrey, want to add anything to the translation story? And then we'll take comments from the questions about your business, what you have going on, what you need about starting your business.
So yeah, I would not have given her money back, but the Starbucks gift card was a good gesture because I had something recently with the Virginia Secretary of State where they did not send the documents. They said they sent them, but they didn't. And so what I did was I paid for the extra FedEx for my client. So I didn't give him money back. In essence, I did, but I didn't. And so doing some gesture, and what he appreciated the most, because he told me, he said, I really appreciate your diligence in resolving the problem, getting the problem resolved. So when you have a customer, something like that happens, the first order of business is to make sure you show them that you're diligently trying to get the problem resolved. And then anything extra that you want to do, then that's just going to be icing on the cake. But the best thing is to be diligent like you were. And then the gift card was a good gesture.
Oh yeah, I went into 911 mode because I'm like, I know she needed this document back. Jeff, did you want to add anything about what that situation?
No, I mean nothing. I think it's already been covered. It's just a matter, like the comments there, that customer service is important, and so depending on the circumstances, and to a good point that Angela made, if nothing was lost or the services were not rendered in the time that you promised or what have you, meaning that she or the client had to do something with that document and nothing happened, it's, if anything, was more of a frustration. Right. Then you have to think about how to compensate if necessary, or to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit with the customer, depending on the circumstances. Now, on the other hand, if they were supposed to get something in and then the document was wrong and they didn't send it back, the translation company didn't send it back, and a couple of days later, that's another story. Then you know, those are some things you may have to think about how to compensate in circumstances like that.
And that's a good point, Jeff. And Kim, when Jeff was saying that, what it made me think about was that what you wouldn't want to do is, even if there's an additional charge, and that's aspect, what you would not want to do is, tell the customer, this happened, and you know this happened, but also you owe me an extra $35 or $40. Because when my document was late from the Secretary of State, I ate the extra FedEx charge that I had for the client. So you don't want to, even if there's an extra charge, another good gesture would be, to show the client your diligence and, how much you appreciate them coming to you, is to make sure you cover any extra charge, reasonable charge that comes up, even if you have to split it and it's not your fault. If it's too much, then make sure you do that, because I wouldn't want to charge them extra and all of these stuff has happened.
Right. I definitely, like you said, if it had to cost me another $25 or so. Now I don't know. You know what? Let me kind of say I don't know on that one, Angela, because if it's something that was not in my control and now it's costing a whole lot of money, I'm not ever trying to take a loss.
Right. Loss. That's why I say you may want to split the cost. I wouldn't. That's why I say if it's reasonable cost.
Yeah, it depends. I'm gonna kind of, for me, my business decision might look a little different on that, because I'm not in the habit of losing money. I already lost enough. And even with the gift card, I didn't feel it was a loss because I could write it off on my taxes. It was a business expense. I counted my mileage back and forth to her house. So you see what I mean? I'm gonna always try to come out on top
Right.
I'm in business.
And then it also depends on, for me, it also depends on, is this a regular customer? Like this gentleman that I paid for the FedEx, you know, he lives in Virginia, and I've done like 5 or 6 FedExes for him. He's paid me a lot of money. I've sent documents to his attorney in Spain. So I look at him as like a long-term customer. So it also depends on the situation. It is, are they a long-time client? They don't pay you a couple $1,000, then, you know, that's different too.